Okay, so people, I'm just dropping this as a video real quick. I didn't plan on doing anything else for a good hot minute, maybe till tomorrow. And I didn't want to, just for this update, this is important because, you need to know ahead of time, but I didn't want to have a bunch of people come into the room and then think it was an update on the dam situation, or bother you people to come in live and then, you know, just for this little thing here. But this is important. So I'll try to find that channel. I've done messed with this. There we go. Maybe I can get this thing to view in. I don't know. I killed the truck off for a second here. I thought I was good to go. And then what happened was, if you're familiar with Mccalla, Alabama, there's two truck stops at I want to say 100, and then there's the one truck stop, the one that burned down at the 104. That's the Flying J. The two that are at the 100 are the Loves and the Petro. Now, because everybody works together on parking between them all, it's always been a situation where you could pretty much find 2 or 3 spots just about any time you needed them. And I did notice when I pulled in here last night, I was like, you know what? It seems like it's kind of tight here. It's kind of busy, but I didn't complain or nothing. I just thought, hey, no big deal, right? So this guy just told me a minute ago, and I was ready to go, and they're pulling in car haulers. These guys run these Mercedes. And he says, I run through here all the time. He says, and we were talking about him, backing up. He's got it's a lot easier for him to back up because he's got a pivot in the middle. And so he says, it's a little more difficult to find a spot, so we got to get in here early now that the truck stop burned down. I said, what? A truck stop burned down? I said, where's this at? He said, right up the road, with that one right down there at the 104, the Flying J. I'm like, wait, there's a Flying J? I said, yeah. Wait a minute. Holy crap. I said, where's that at? So, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like 104. I said, that's still Mccalla, right? He says, yeah. So they're fixing to grill out. They're next to us now. It seems like that they had some kind of a fire. I'm watching behind me here. Couldn't tell if something had moved on my truck or something. You never know. You gotta stay on top of that stuff, Anyways, so it seems like there was a fire, and he says it's all over Facebook. Well, I don't go on Facebook, but I got on here on the news, and then there was a link to a picture on Twitter, and that's the picture I just used, and I will show you that picture now. Maybe it'll come in clearer than what was on the screen a minute ago. If it will focus, I can make it a lot clearer than it was. That should bring it to you. So some news reporter stood over here in the bushes and the weeds just for that photo, so that's awesome of him to have taken that photo. They said it was a total loss, and the news report that I'm fixing to read that's linked to this said that there was a fire that started in the weeds or bushes or something next to some kind of awning or cover or something, and they said that most of the damage was done to where truck drivers rest and where the showers. I guess what they mean is maybe there was like maybe there was I can't remember where in that truck stop the driver's lounge is or whatever. I think that's what they mean. I don't think they mean really the parking lot, because how you gonna catch a parking lot on fire? But evidently, some kind of fire happened and burned the place down. And they said it was a total loss. They said it will be rebuilt, but right now you can't park there. So we lost a whole truck stop. So that's a wrecker in the front, looks like, and it looks like they were putting it out with some kind of a boom, firefighter fire truck ladder with a boom and a hose at the end of it, that goes up it or something. So probably a pipe. So bringing you that, I will read what the story about it was real quick, and then I'm gonna get going. But so if you're coming to Mccalla, Alabama, or on I-20, and it's west of Birmingham, west of the 459 loop and all that, at exit 100, where you'll be now. You won't be the 104 anymore. There's nothing there for you. So we lost a truck stop, and they, man, I don't know. It was Russell Jones, and it was at Russell WBRC on Twitter, and I'll show you that. This guy says if they use the flying J on I-20. See, and everybody knew about this before me. This happened Tuesday. So that was his picture. Appreciate that for that photo. And he put it up on the interwebs. So I'm going to go back to where I was. He was a link in this news report here. And this was, I'll put a link to this, of course, but this is WBRC. Fire heavily damages Flying J gas station in Mccalla, Alabama. I guess we can play this. Why not, right? See if I can. Maybe why not?
Welcome in. If you're just joining us, that breaking news is from Mccalla, where firefighters have been on the scene of a fire at a gas station.
And Russell Jones
Truck
joining
stop.
us. Now, this is the Flying J. This is just off of I-2059 there at Rock Mountain Lakes. Russell, good morning.
Hey, good morning. That's exactly right. That's where we're at. That's where the fire started. Now, this all
that's the guy who took a
started
picture
about
of it.
3 hours ago, and they're still out here working this fire. You can see it's just a complete mess out there. You can take a look. You can see they're still spraying water on top of the building. At this point, they're just trying to get this thing completely put out and make sure it doesn't spread. Now, I spoke to the Bessemer Police Department. They said it's always a huge concern whenever there's a fire at a gas station, obviously, but they said now they feel like they have it under control. It's not going to affect any of the gas tanks out here. But they said they think this all started around 2 o'clock in the morning when somehow a bush on the backside of the building caught fire. Then that fire spread to the actual building, and then the building just went up, causing all kinds of damage. But the good news is there's no actual injuries here, so that's fortunate, but it is starting to cause quite a mess. All of these trucks are trying to come in here and get gas, including a bunch of passenger vehicles as well. But I can assure you, if this is where you go in the morning to get your gas, you're going to want to find another spot. Again, this is the Flying J on I-2059 at the Rock Mountain Lake exit. Reporting live at Mccalla.
All right,
Russell Jones, WBRC, Fox 6 News, on your side.
Let's see. So, and I'll tell you, I hate to say this, but it could have been somebody that, because this is going to sound odd, but someone knocked on my door asking for money at this truck stop, and they were wanting for gas. And I talked to a lady inside, and she said that's a scam. And I said, she said, yeah, and they'll bring their kids up and stuff. It's really weird. Something happened. And so I'm like, maybe it's that bad around here that they, people staying behind the truck stops and stuff. And there's even a fence here, and it's odd. And I was like wondering how they even got up in here. So you also want to watch for scammers at this truck stop at the Petro, because they walk in, they'll have kids with them and this kind of stuff, saying that they need gas to get home and whatever. That's a scam. So they'll tell you inside for real if you ask them that they say it happens at all the time. I don't know what happened at that truck stop, but truck drivers don't hang out in bushes. So I'm just saying, I don't think any of the employees would have either. Something's weird about that one. So obviously some kind of arson or something, because how are you going to get your bush on fire? It's not even dry enough. It's been raining forever. It's like days of Noah. So I could find another link to it, but that pretty well tells it. And man, I'll have to save that link real quick and put that up in here. And let's see, select all, copy. And then, let me turn that off. See, I was ready to go, man. I didn't even. Yeah, stuff happens all the time. So, not that I'm afraid I'm going to miss anything or anything, but figured that was important. And I-20 exit 104. So let's see if I can go back and find the other link. You can also find links. I'll tell you this. I'll just tell you where the links are at. Overdrive Online has got it. WTVY has got it. Let's see. Transports Limited. You know, there's quite a few links to it. They say it's all over Facebook too. So it's affecting our parking here. And that's all I got for you. I'll get off this thing. I don't want to waste nobody's time, but thought I'd put it up. Y'all stay safe. I'm out.